Hey everyone, welcome back. Well, it's been a beautiful December day, nice and warm, and we do have nasty weather moving this way. So we decided to go out and look for a couple of trees today. It was 2 years ago that I was here in this spot making my third video on the channel, and it's called Last Chance for Yamadori. And once again, it is the last chance for this year because by Saturday we're supposed to be covered in snow and then really cold after that, so the ground will freeze right up. So it's quite a little hike from here to get to this shell pit. So here's a couple of trees that came from that last trip. I hope you enjoy. All right, here's the first little spruce tree that we've found. Ground is beautiful from the rain yesterday and not frozen. Can't do this when they're frozen. It's got the beautiful movement in it from being covered in snow. That's a good one. That's one. So it's time for a little moss break. This little area here has a seepage of water that encourages moss to grow here. So did a little collecting on it. Some really interesting mosses grow in this area. They love to grow on rocks, and this is a really interesting. It's a couple different kinds of moss growing in there, but very useful. So then it was off to look for the next tree, and I think this one is a red spruce. It had interesting movement in it. That's what attracted me to it. A lot of this is about the movement in the trunk on these trees. And this is one that had all the roots going in the same direction. And this soil is only about 2 inches deep, so the best way to get it out is to tug on it. So this ended up being the second tree of the day. So because this tree is growing in such shallow soil, only about 2 inches deep, it's really the only way to get it out is to pull on it like this. I know it looks kind of cruel, but it's just the way that works for me. And it's a matter of pulling on them a little bit at a time. I don't want roots to break on it, so I've learned how hard I can pull on them. And it's just a matter of giving them nice little tugs to loosen the roots in the soil. So eventually it's time to cut it loose because this tree probably has roots running 10 or 15 feet out from it searching for water. And lots of times they have the roots all going in one direction, but this tree had split at a very young age and had roots running in both directions. So it makes it a really good one to put into a box because I can center the tree in a box. So I just find good places to cut the roots, and that gets it free. Nice hike. Alright, so we're back home. I got a box built for it. And this is the same soil that I've used from the very beginning of collecting trees. It's a mixture of tree compost, perlite, and peat moss. And it's made all my trees really happy. I knew I had to build a long box for this one because of the way the roots were. I still had to do a little root trimming on it to get it to fit in the box. But really happy with how it came out. It's Hey everyone, well it's the next day and there's just been perfect conditions overnight. It's still pretty warm, and it rained all night and all this morning, so couldn't ask for better. But we are going to have a cold front tonight, and then it's going to be back in the freezing temperatures. So here's my new tree. I knew I had to make a long box for it because it had the roots going in two different directions. Most of the time, all the roots go one way and you have to put them over in the side of a box, but this one was split equal, so I could put it right in the middle of the box, which is a really good thing. So it does have quite a bit of lichen on it and dead branches. So I'm going to get all those cut out. But I'll give you a closer look here. I have had comments that I should leave this lichen on the trees, but it's very aggressive lichen, and I've seen evidence of it smothering trees around here. And some of these dead branches on here, see if I can cut that one off. They get smothered by this lichen. And I want to clean as much of it as I can off this tree just to give it a fresh start. But really happy with the way it's planted. This tree will stay in this box probably for 2 years and just get healthy. So you can see there's a lot of dead branches on it. Little old man moss in there. So I'm going to get it cleaned up, and then we'll take another look at it. Quick, turn the camera on. The sun came out. I don't think this is going to last very long. There's a bunch of clouds there. But for the moment, getting some sunshine to work by. Just about getting her cleaned up here. There's really no chance of getting rid of all of the lichen. It's just about giving it a chance to breathe. I am seeing some blue skies up there. All right, I've spent about an hour working on this tree. You can never really get all the lichen off, but got enough of it off of there to let the tree breathe, and pretty sure it's a blue spruce. Got a beautiful trunk. Not gonna cut any low branches off of this one. Just gonna let it get healthy in the box. This is definitely the best side to view it. happy to add that one to the collection. Here's the small spruce. It's looking like it's a blue spruce also. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between a red and a blue until they get happy enough to turn blue. But it's a nice little fat tree. And this is the other tree. This one has the look of a red spruce. So there you go. Last chance for Yamadori 2024. I hope everyone's having a great bonsai day. And I'll see you next time on Bonsai by the Sea.